We finally got to know what happened to the main Piggy cast after book 2 from the comic panels and the new update for Piggy's 6th anniversary, which is, well, a lot to take in. And spoiler alert, everyone is dead! So we first see Georgie crying and grieving over his sister Penny from the lab, which isn't really anything new. But after you get the third image or panel, we finally get some juicy story. It seems to leave off from the helicopter we get in from the hidden ending, confirming the whole comic is set in the hidden ending timeline. And the gang seems to be comforting each other and like processing everything that happened in book 2 and chapter 12. I'd call this wholesome and hopeful if it wasn't for, them theorized to be freaking dead. Now the gang gets sent to this cabin or room that looks suspiciously like those rooms from the camp chapter or Kona's house. And I knew the military was sketchy and all, but they literally shut the door in our face, trapping us in there. With the last panel being this, having the group have no escape. And this might be only for the hidden ending and it might not be canon, or they might somehow escape like the usual, but personally, I think they're dead. Yep, that's it. The end of our stories. Which kind of makes sense since like in the end of the hidden ending, we saw the whole segment with the Tio memory thing, where Zizzy was like in there. So yeah, that was probably not real. Meaning it was like, a figment of imagination. Now I'm glad Minitun had this come out and not like back then, since I'm not as attached to these characters and I can like accept their death. So yeah, Rip, Player, the twins, Mimi, Giraffe and Pony. Now here's my dark theory. In Intercity, we will be able to find this room from the comic panel and we will be seeing the skeletons of our beloved crew rotting in there. But hey, I'm glad we at least got to know their fates instead of just never seeing them again. I kinda want this happening so my theory could be right, which call me a jerk. But I won't complain if they end up being alive and well. So yeah, that's all. See you guys later.